dropping shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent. Niggas is broke.
I know, another video about the Celtics. But in all honesty, the Celtics upper management are in one of the toughest positions I've ever seen. Well, before I get into that, we have to look at what happened in the last couple of years. It all started with one of the greatest heists in NBA history when Danny Ainge traded away a very old Kevin Garnett, a very old Paul Pierce, and a very old Jason Terry for the Nets' 2014, 2016 and 2018 first round draft pick and the right to swap picks in the 2017 draft and 5 other players to make the deal work out. After the trade, the Celtics would use their own draft pick in 2014 to draft Marcus Smart and the Nets pick to draft James Young. And then the Celtics would go on to trade Rondo to the Mavs for a first round draft pick and Jay Crowder, then would trade a Cavs first round draft pick and Marcus Thornton for Isaiah Thomas. After back-to-back first-round exits, the Celtics drafted Jaylen Brown with the 2016 Nets pick and acquired Al Horford in the offseason, giving him a max contract. Now, they're the 3rd best team in the East. So I know what you're asking. How the hell are the Celtics in a bad situation? They're a team that's winning right now and have 2 top 5 picks in the next 2 years. The thing that people don't realize is the fact that even though the Celtics are winning right now, what they have is not enough to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and in my estimations, isn't even enough to beat the Toronto Raptors. So I know what you're saying. Well then, trade the draft picks then. See, it's not that simple. Even if you do trade for a guy like Jimmy Butler or DeMarcus Cousins, is that really going to be enough to beat LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers? This is the same team that has beaten a 73-win Warriors team down 3-1, the same team that swept the #1 seed Atlanta Hawks the first year they came together and has only gotten better ever since and are at the peak of their prime right now. And even if you do so, you still have the Warriors to face coming out of the West with 2 MVPs and 4 All-Stars. Is adding a Jimmy Butler, is adding a DeMarcus Cousins going to put you above both these teams? Are you willing to trade for uncertain success for the next 5 years and pass up the opportunity to draft, let's say, the next LeBron James in these drafts that will help you win for probably a decade or so after the Warriors versus Cavs era? Now I know what you're saying, so why not just keep the picks? Well, the problem with that is that if you keep the picks, you will have great young players that might dominate the league, but you got teams such as the Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker and Thon Maker, the 76ers with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons and Nerlens Noel, and a bunch of other guys, the Timberwolves with Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, Chris Dunn, and Karl Anthony Towns, and so many other teams to worry about, on top of the probability that the Warriors and the Cavs will still be great teams, led by then surefire Hall of Famers. On top of that, they already have a great core right now of Isaiah Thomas, Al Horford, Jay Crowder, and Avery Bradley. Are you willing to essentially waste the times of Al Horford and Isaiah Thomas? Are you willing to just waste the $100 million that you're paying Al Horford? Assuming that you're gonna draft a guard in this year's class, what about Isaiah Thomas? You're not just gonna bench him, right? But you also shouldn't bench a guy that has the potential to literally change the game. So in a way, the Celtics are in a win-win situation, but at the same time, you're also in a lose-lose situation. In one hand, you have the flexibility of winning now and drafting for the future at the same time. But on the other hand, what you have right now is not enough, and if you do trade, that trade still might not be enough, and you might pass up the next LeBron James. But if you don't trade, you waste the time of the players on your team, and you will face teams that are maybe even more talented than the Warriors and the Cavs right now. I really want to hear what you guys have to say on this matter in the comment section down below, because I really don't know what the Celtics should do, but I do have a proposed solution to the problem. I'm not saying that this is the end-all be-all answer, this is just a solution that I thought of. So my idea is to actually just stay the course and wait until the 2018 trade deadline to make any moves. It's just a simple fact that right now, nothing is going to stop a Cavs vs Warriors rematch except for an injury or a masterful job by the Spurs. But nothing the Celtics can do in the next 3 weeks will stop the Cavs from reaching the finals. Even if the Celtics added Jimmy Butler, DeMarcus Cousins, or Blake Griffin, the Cavs will still be in favor. And for such a momentous trade, you have to be at least in favor against the Cavs. And plus, if the Celtics didn't make any moves this offseason, including drafting, I don't see the Celtics getting any worse. I don't see Horford depleting by that much. Isaiah Thomas is still gonna play like he is right now. Same thing with the rest of the gang. I take my chance in trying to attract some of the big free agents this offseason and sign them to a max contract that they want. I mean, the Celtics were really close to signing KD, had a meeting with Dwight Howard, and signed Al Horford. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they still have money to sign a max contract player this offseason, which is why they tried to go after Durant and Horford last offseason. At the same time, you still have your draft pick, and what's to say that your top 5 pick won't be that scoring option that you guys have been searching for years? Even if you draft a guy like Dennis Smith or Markelle Fultz or Lonzo Ball, that would make trading Avery Bradley and Jay Crowder easier and gives you more flexibility to trade in the 2018 trade deadline for another piece to the puzzle. Best case scenario, you sign a big time free agent that will put you to the top and a potential #1 overall draft pick that will not only help you win now, but help you win for decades to come. If you don't sign the free agent, you still have a top 3 pick in the draft. For sure, that will help you out tremendously in one way or another. And I think when the 2018 trade deadline comes, that guy that you just picked will still be valuable enough to the point where you still have the potential to make a blockbuster trade to try to win now. I think it's a great balance of having flexibility, having a team that can win a championship right now, and having talent that can carry you to the next era of basketball. I don't think it's necessarily the best win now option or the best future proof option, but I think it gives you a lot from both sides. But with that being said, once again, I want to hear what you guys think, because if I was Danny Ainge, I really wouldn't know what I'd do, because even the option I just gave is too risky. There's too many ifs. If the Celtics can land a big free agent, can the draft pick contribute? Can the Celtics make a trade in 2018? There's too many ifs. But with that being said, I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I am out. Peace.